Welcome to the newsroom. I got 3 YOLO stocks. You only live once. You might be able to buy now and make a ton of money, or lose it all. But guess what? You only live once. Why not? Let's dig in. Okay, so I got 3 stocks. So the first one is ticker GRAF or Giraffe, whatever you want to call it. So it's GRAF Industrial Corp. What do they do? Let's pull it up. GRAF Industrial to merge with Velodyne, lighter creating company focused on tech for autonomous vehicles. Uh-oh! Another autonomous vehicle EV company. They're all popping up left and right. We got the Tortoise, we got the Nikola, we got Tesla. Obviously, Tesla's the big dog. Now we got Giraffe. So Velodyne creates sensor technology for autonomous vehicles. They are valued at about 1.8 billion after raising about 225 million from investors who include Nikon, Ford Motor Company, and Baidu, according to PitchBook data. So they got some good backers, some real companies backing it, and they're popping up in the EV sector. And they're also very small in terms of how many people are watching it right now and investing in it. I did a little search here. NIO is another stock I'm going to talk about. They have 73,000 watchers. Workhorse, they have 36,000 watchers. Tortoise has 13,000, and last but not least, Giraffe has only 4,000. So this is on StockTwits. I kind of use this to gauge a little bit of idea of how many people are trading it. And a lot of people post on StockTwits. Not always great information on there, but you can kind of pick and choose what you want to learn from it. And I like to see how many people are watching it. So when there's not a lot of people watching it, that gives me hope that more people are going to pour in and push the stock up. Let's pull up the technicals on this thing and see if we could find a good entry on this company, see if we could profit on it. It looks like back in April, this was trading around 12 bucks, came down to about 10 bucks, did some wave action. Now it's at about 20 bucks. So you may be thinking, hey, was that 10 bucks? It doubled already. Is there still room to get in? Let's take a look. So I also want to mention this. Their average volume for GRAF Industrial is 1.4 million shares. And the volume on Friday was 15 million. So that's 15x its regular volume. Volume is starting to pour in more and more. Things are changing, and a lot more people are becoming attracted to this company as it pops up in the EV sector. Okay, so things to watch for Giraffe. If you look at the bottom, let's focus on the RSI first. So as RSI rose in the red box and it became overbought, if you look at the top red box, the square box, the stock started to turn and come down. So now if we look forward to current times now, look at the green boxes. So the green box in the RSI, the stock is beginning to show that it's being overbought. The RSI is overbought area. So if we look at the stock, at the candlesticks where the arrow is pointing, it's starting to turn. It's like this, whoop, and that stopped. Is it going to continue down? That's what I think is going to happen. It could do something like this, a little swoopy swoop. Could come down, not too much. We don't want it to fall below where it was previously, so we want it to bounce at 18. Or if it bottoms at the previous mountaintop, she's going to keep going up healthy. We want healthy waves. So I could see something like this, and I'm seeing the wave hitting 18, so I'm drawing a line of support this way. We got a line of support, boom, where it's going to hit, and we have a support line at 18 flat. So if it does that, that's a good indicator for the first scenario. That would be a good bullish scenario. Even though it's coming down, just wait, be patient, hope it comes down, and then waves up. 18 would be a beautiful entry for Giraffe. Scenario 2, it could just go flat, go sideways, and then shoot up to a price target of 26, finding that support at 20, and that's where it would bounce off of. Bearish scenario, I could see it just coming down. It's pretty much like scenario 1, but we're going to say it's bearish because it is coming down. It's going to come down to that 18 range, and then it's either going to break the 18 range and continue bearish, or it's going to shoot up and do what I said in scenario 1 and continue bullish, hitting that higher price target of 26. So this is a bad case scenario. Unless you are shorting the stock, this would be good for you. So bearish scenario, this thing breaks through 18, closes that gap in the 14 to 16 range, hits 14, bounces up maybe, but then it's now fighting 18 as a resistance instead of a support. That would be the bearish scenario and the bullish scenario for GRAF. I'm going to keep calling it GRAF because that's just what I want to call it. So that is your first YOLO stock. This thing could go to the moon. It could go to the floor. That's the whole point of a YOLO stock. All right, the next company I'm looking at is a company called NIO. No, not the one from the Matrix. The car. Check it out. It's an SUV. They're apparently doing pretty well because they sold 3,740 cars in the month of June. Last month. That's a 180% increase from last year, and it's an all-time record. Guess what? That's why the stock gapped up. Gapped up like crazy on Friday. We're going to look at that in a second. Again, electric vehicles. That's the sector to play right now. Whatever's popping up, whatever has hype, get into it. Ride the waves. As you can see here, I just want to show you guys a couple of their vehicle lineups. They got the ES8, the ES6, the EC6, whatever. Weird names, but hey, they got cars. Nikola, no cars, no trucks, nothing. And you're going to be surprised, their share price is actually pretty cheap. Let's pull it up. All right, so here's a look at the chart. Yes, they were trading at $3 to $4 range. That would have been great to buy in that range, but you missed it. All right, unless you're NIO. So let's find out. Can you still buy into this company? Is it worth it, or is it going to come down, or is it going to keep going up? It's a YOLO stock. It's going to do one or the other, and it's going to do it aggressively. First technical indicator is it broke major resistance around $4. Once it broke that, skyrocket. 137% move since the end of May until now. So things to watch. On the bottom, again, RSI is showing overbought. Top area, we have a gap. So two things to keep in mind. Watch those two things. Don't just jump in because you're like, oh no, it's a car company, they make real cars, they could be a Tesla. Watch those things. Be patient. Slow your roll. All right. I know it's YOLO, but slow down. All right. So here's the first bullish scenario. I drew this white little half pipe. It could continue to churn up, go sideways, head up, $12 price target from 938. It could even gap up right when the market opens. So these are crazy stocks right now. These are nutty stocks. They're moving all over the place. These are making people a lot of money, millions and millions and millions of dollars if you're investing in it. There is no case scenario right now where you could have lost money, really. If you would have held for more than a week at any given point, you would have made money. So this stock is continuing to just grind and just make people a lot of money. First bullish scenario, this stock could pull down, close the gap, support at 8. I'd be very confident of buying at 8 and then rocket ship all the way to a price target of 12. Bearish scenario, I could see this breaking that 8 support, which would be bad. I would not like this. This would be a put action. It could break support, but there is a trend line forming here. So it could find support here at that nice trend line and then head back up to 11. Not as strong as 12, but it could head to 11. All right, so that's it for NIO. So I like NIO. Me personally, I'm going to be taking a position at 8 if it comes down, but this thing could just gap up once the market opens and you might not get the opportunity. I would not be buying it at that point. I'd be waiting for it to pull back. It hasn't pulled back in a couple weeks. But hey, these are YOLO stocks. You could just push the chips in. Last but not least, so we got a company called Landcadia. What the hell's a Landcadia? It's a blank check company. So pretty much what's happening with with GRAF, how it's like a blank company just doing a merger. Same thing with Landcadia. They're a blank check company. They're doing a merger for Golden Nugget. Y'all know the Golden Nugget. It's a casino, if you don't know, but you should. It's a Golden Nugget. All right, so we're going to see if we're going to make a few Golden Nuggets buying into this little whippersnapper. So look at this butt nut. Tillman Fertitta, standing near the pool at the Post Oak, his $400 million mixed-use development in Houston's Uptown District. That's the guy that owns Landcadia. They're merging with Golden Nugget. So very interesting point here. Landcadia Holding, a special purpose acquisition company, will acquire Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Here's the important part. Making it only the second pure publicly traded online casino in the US. To me, that's huge news. And guess what? When you see these technicals, you're going to love it. So here's the chart. It's been selling off. I love showing you guys stocks that aren't already peaked out and you don't know what's going to happen. Most likely it'll come down, but they're making news, so I got to tell you about them. This is the newsroom at the end of the day. So this one has already faded out. It already has closed the gap. We're waiting for a breakout. So guess what? This could be a loading zone. Anywhere in 14 could be a loading zone. This thing could just rocket ship at any moment, or it could dump, but I don't think that's going to happen. YOLO this thing to the roof, to the walls. You know the rest. Two scenarios: bullish move, could head up. I could see 17 being an easy target, or bearish move, it could head down, break down probably to 13. So I don't really see this bearish move happening. I see actually more upside on this one, but as always, you never know. But I'm going to YOLO this one. I'm going to buy it anywhere in this 14 to 14.50 zone, and I'm looking for a price target of 17. If it breaks 14, I'm out. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. That's 3 stocks. They're all YOLO stocks. Remember, if you get in it, one drops 40%, just scream YOLO. All right, they're going to be all over the place. They move up 20% some days. They drop 30% in other days. These are crazy stocks. So be aware that these are not safe plays. This is not your Apple. This is not your Facebook. You know, your slow old people moving stocks. These are wild young stallions. And also, remember, y'all are a little bit closer to retiring young.